Hi, this is Sal Jade from the Psychic Healing Academy with day 3 of staying motivated and staying positive and focused while you're manifesting your goals. So today I'm going to talk to you about morning preparation. Morning preparation is just absolutely crucial when it comes to working towards your goals. So whether you're an entrepreneur or an artist, whatever you're working on and trying to create and manifest, how you wake up in those first 5 to 10 minutes in the morning can make all the difference to being able to manifest your goals much faster and being able to stay focused and positive. So if you think of your mind as a little bit like a computer, and when you wake up in the morning, it can often start instantly kind of connecting to the world wide web of people's fears and anxieties and be quite programmed to already be a little bit fearful, and especially if you've had some negative dreams overnight. And so it can be hard for you to wake up and instantly, bounce out of bed and say, I'm so ready to get started today, if you've got some what I call residual negative energy hanging around in your unconscious mind. So those first few minutes, like from the moment you open your eyes, it's really important if you can just open your eyes and straight away just say, how do I want my day to look? Like, this is incredibly important for just almost like mentally preparing. Hello, Debbie. Nice to see you. It's really important to help you mentally prepare for your day. But not only that, but your soul preparation, like your heart preparation, and those goals that you're working towards, like preparing for the day with some positive time to yourself. Now, I'm going to give you 2 options here because I know that some of us might wake up and we might be next to a partner, or we might wake up and suddenly have to go deal quite immediately with children or quite immediately with whatever's going on in our external environment. So I'm going to give you a 5-minute option of what you can do in 5 minutes, and I'm going to give you a bit of a longer, bigger ritual that you can do. So first, I'd like to just look at why it's so important for your vibration to straight away be aligned to something more positive in the morning. So your morning is what I call the blessing time. So it's the time where you can really open up space to project ahead blessings for how you want your day to look. And very useful things that you can do, and there's a huge range, but I'll give you a few here. Like if you do a few minutes of meditation, a few minutes of any kind of healing. So say, for example, some anxiety is suddenly coming in, like you might be anxious thinking, oh, what if I don't sell enough of my products today? Or what if, this goes wrong or that goes wrong? By straight away, like going into some kind of healing, like whether it be tapping or some kind of healing codes, or whether it be even just calling in the source and the angels and saying, look, just please help me stay focused and centered today, before your mind runs away with the craziness of the fears and the anxiety. So even just a few minutes of just taking a really deep breath in and out and just touching your hand, putting your hands here on your heart, and just saying, okay, so today, what's worrying me? What are these thoughts coming in? And please, can I just clear them straight away before I get out of bed and start my day? So for me, example, this morning I woke up and I could feel some anxiety and fears coming in over something that was going on in my business yesterday, and everything that I had to get done today, which was a big long list. Friday is usually my busy day. And I could feel it happening, and I could nearly feel myself going to start thinking about it and trying to control it. And instead I sat up and I just did some tapping, and I absolutely love tapping. If you haven't gotten into tapping yet, it's a phenomenal way of relieving anxiety really quickly. And I just did some tapping, and I said, right, okay, today I release all anxiety around this issue. And I tapped and I felt better, and I did a bit of breathing and felt much better. And then what I did was I sent a blessing forth for my day. So I just said, everything I had to get done, which as I said was quite a lot, that I hope it all goes really well. So I had a really great reading planned with a client who I really like, and I just, sent out that affirmation that it would go really smoothly, that she would get what she needed from it, and that I would feel great afterwards. And I've got a busy afternoon this afternoon with teaching the drama kiddies that I love teaching, and I just created that would go smoothly too, and that everything would just go according to plan, and that I would be able to stay motivated and focused. So I started by doing that, and already I already felt much better, and those anxieties started to go. So the two options I'm going to give you to work with, so I'm going to have what's called the 5-minute quickie option for those that immediately have to go and deal with things straight away. And then I'm going to have what is a bit of a longer term one if you've got a bit more time in the morning. So for the 5 minutes, as soon as you open your eyes, if you just have a big thankful for something, anything, like thankful that I had a really nice night's sleep, or thankful that I've got so many things that I'm working on right now, and so many goals and dreams and passions, and I'm just thankful that I'm on this path and I'm working towards goals. Like, one small thing of gratitude can just make such a difference to those very first computer thoughts as the computer's booting up in your mind. So that's the first thing you can do. The second thing is, and this kind of needs to be on your own a little bit. So for those of you that do have a partner next to you, you can go into the bathroom or go somewhere else. You do it too, Debbie. You do those same practices. Yes. And it makes a difference, doesn't it? So if you've got those extra, those really, you really know that you've got other things that are going to come and, assault your senses first thing in the morning, then even if you just go into the bathroom on your own for a few minutes, close the door, take a few breaths, just take 5 breaths, and then just come into feeling your own space and your own energy and say, right, what do I want to get done today? And try not to go into the big picture, like try to go in just, 3 things that I really want to go smoothly today, and just connect it with your heart. And it might feel funny doing it in the bathroom, but just connect it in, say it, and then go, right, okay. And then you can go and deal with whatever you need to deal with in the outside section of your world. Now, if you are lucky enough to have a little bit longer, then I highly suggest getting up and going and doing some kind of exercise, some kind of work, like for me, like I go on a walk on the beach, like anything you can do in nature. And while you're walking, you just constantly bless. So, because monkey mind might come in and say to you, oh my God, how am I going to get this done? And what am I going to do? And what if that doesn't work out? And just to blanket out that monkey mind, walk along and just bless that whole day. So look, I really bless how well that reading is going to go. I'm going to totally bless how well that healing session this afternoon is. I bless what my sales are going to be of my services. I bless, something I have to do if you don't really want to do it. So there's some part of your business you've got to work on and you're not really keen. I bless going and visiting some relatives that I find really annoying. So whatever it is you've got to do, send out that blessing while you walk, or while you're doing some kind of exercise. It makes such a difference. Now, as I said earlier, if you are feeling like you have some deep set anxieties coming up, then again, try to set aside a few minutes to do some kind of healing on yourself. Even if it's just calling in your guides and helpers and angels and saying, please clear my body of this today. Like, please just cleanse it out and help me stay focused and positive on my goals ahead. Something I would really strongly suggest that you avoid doing first thing in the morning, and I did this for a long time in my business and I really saw that it was just damaging me, is turning on your phone as soon as you wake up. And I'm sure we've all done it. You roll out of bed, and especially if you're like me and you use your phone as your time clock, and you switch on the phone and straight away there's emails, there's text messages, you go onto Facebook and you're scrolling through. Now, they've done some research on the iPhone and smartphones and what happens to our neurology when we start to connect to our phones that early, like late at night and early in the morning. And what happens is that you're telling your brain, right, we've got to go to work now. Now, that's fine if, you've had a couple of hours or even, half an hour in the morning just to come back into your soul and come back into your center. But if you are waking up and straight away working, then you're not giving your body and you're not giving your soul and your consciousness time to just adjust to the fact that this is a new day and you're trying to prepare for a new day. So I would really, and also obviously, like, what can happen, especially if you're scrolling through Facebook, is you can start getting anxious because you might see something about a terrorist attack, or someone might be, ranting and raving about some political issue, and this can really bring down your vibration and make it much more difficult for you to focus on your goals. So thinking about what you need to accomplish for the day. So it's what I call, it does a few things for me that are damaging. For me, it sets me off on a bit of a negative tangent. Like, I can get quite connected and hooked in to other people's negativity, which makes me quite unfocused. Two, it can really distract me from what I'm trying to get done. Like it can be a time waster. Like I love Facebook and I use it in my business, but first thing in the morning, I know I can tend to start, I call it buying into stuff. I start getting engaged and answering questions and which is great, but I really do so much better when I have that few minutes to myself before I start engaging in that. And particularly with emails, so like if I've got emails from clients that are suddenly saying, oh, when can I book you for a reading or a healing? Or questions from my students from my courses, like I straight away start going into that and programming myself. So like my little inner secretary starts sort of setting up appointments and then thinking and planning and plotting. And in the morning, I really believe, you want your brain to just be a little bit softer. You don't need to be anxiously planning and, structurally planning. You just want to be sending out some really beautiful energy into the day and energy out into your goals, like without all that little nitty gritty planny stuff. So as I said, even if it's just a few minutes on your own with connecting what you want to do, or even a bit of a long-term thing of going for a walk in nature and just really blessing your whole entire day. This will make a huge difference. And for those of you who like morning TV, and my husband used to do this and it drove me a bit crazy, but switching on the television first thing in the morning to watch, early morning shows, I please suggest not to do this because you will get bombarded with some negative stories straight away. And look, television has a lot of great stuff, but there can be so much going on that you're just going to get your little adrenals pumping and pumping and pumping straight away, instead of just being able to stay in a little bit of grace and a little bit of light and being able to connect to source and having that as your space to go forth and accomplish what you're trying to accomplish for the day. So that's my day 3 tip, being able to just prepare, do a few minutes in the morning to connect. If you can feel a lot of anxieties come in, please do a bit of healing on yourself. And definitely the ultimate is doing some kind of exercise, any kind of stretching or going for a walk in nature, just to set your intentions out into the day before you start doing what you need to do. So thank you for joining me. I'm Sal Jade from the Psychic Healing Academy, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 4 of the 30-day challenge to staying positive.